세러데이 쇼다운. 디플러스 기아 대 하나생명 e스포츠.
All right. Nautilus. I think it's going to be Nautilus support.
I would assume that that is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Has been something that's dealt with Rel in the past, so you can sort of understand it. They'd love an Alistair to be still up, but I like this even more. How many junglers do Bro need?
Where are we going?
We saw a game, so...
Yeah, it's going to be support Maokai, of course.
On Nongshim's side, but if they keep the Renekton down, then maybe they just keep that damage at a minimum in general. Let's jump onto the rift for game number 1. Absolutely losing their minds. Jiwoo is going to immediately cleanse a Twisted Advance, and yeah, doesn't have to flash.
Let's see if they actually push this further and try to stop his back, because post 6. So yeah, it's a good matchup to pick here, I think, with what the composition of Nongshim is going to do later on. It has such reliable engage with Rel and Annie. As nicely played here by Dindin. Good trade.
Yeah.
Bramblevest really coming in clutch as well. But you have all of the tools to play a bro game. You know, you've got all of the ways to win late, which is what you're going to be playing in this game, as it turns out, against bro.
Yep.
Bro can just force this Drake down pretty quickly. Now a late contest is coming through. Don't know about this.
Yeah, that's the smash back onto Peter. He crashes down. Pop Blossom goes wide though, as Peter was able to get out of there. And in goes Sylvie now. Tempest actually doing a fair bit of work. Flash in from Fiesta. They're looking for Karis and they'll get him. That is first blood. And the surprise Teemo comes out as they also yoink the dragon. Really nicely played here by Nongshim. Yeah, and completely out of position as well. Couldn't really get any auto attacks. Okay, we might have a permanently frosted Dundun, but he does get a double knock up. The Ram comes down. He's keeping them busy for forever. Is Umpty just gonna die? What the heck? Dundun is too powerful! Okay, Umpty will survive, but I don't know whether you're gonna be winning this one. Okay, there's the flash forward, slice, and then he does get cut down, but you've got my respect, Dindon. You have my respect.
Yeah,
kills the turret. And you probably take that trade.
Here's the TP.
All right, yeah, Nongshim are committing to it. Sylvie not going to find the Q onto anything, so he can't actually get over here. Nature's Grasp is going to come through, as now we're going to ignore this dragon. That Pop Blossom was a definite improvement as the Drake goes down, and so does the Ornn. The Nico's going to be sacrificed, but I have a feeling she has done her job. As stun comes through onto Umpty, he's going to flash to get himself out of the way, as somehow Henna was shooting things through the wall because the wall was disappearing. Welcome, Infernal Soul, to the Rift. Positioning actually just fantastic as, oh dear, Henna is going to have to flash to get himself out of this one, but now Effort is turning it. Umpty's coming down. There's a teleport as well. The whole gang is turning up for this one, and now we're getting a crash from this Rift Herald as well. More plates now going over to Bro in the river, as okay, now we've got a whole bunch of buttons being pressed as the Ram gonna get a knock up onto Effort, and that will guarantee. Yeah, we got a teleport coming in. Nongshim not wanting to give this one up, and Shirley is going to make sure that they get even more if they can win this fight. The Ram comes down. Dundun finds nothing with it though, as now Karis is being discovered by Fiesta. Pop Blossom does come in. They do secure the Drake, and now Karis is able to get himself out. Can the rest of the team follow suit is the question, as Effort doesn't have his ultimate anymore, but the Blast Cone is super high value. Still, he will be taken out, and now relative safety has been achieved as they do hop in underneath this turret. So
yeah,
can just get poked out. But bro, they're not going to get poked out if they just try and force it. Whether they can actually do that, as Sylvie caught off to the side. Morgan kind of massive here as he blast cones his way out. Here comes the Ram though, as the Nature's Grasp is going to be there in answer. Sylvie getting taken down so low, he's now burning, ticking. Effort also somehow surviving. That's soul point for Bro, as the Pop Blossom is going to predict the flash, and Fiesta, I think, finally will be shut down, as Morgan is just a monster, but he will be taken out. Fiesta the same thing, and now Nongshim, with not very many health bars, I think will just limp away with a lost team fight.
His laning was pretty insane as well, and then, you know, he amassed a huge lead off of that kill, and now he's got his Fury stacked up here, even has ult.
Oh dear, Dundun does get the Bellows Breath out as the slice comes in, and now the main tank doesn't have his ultimate, nor does he have teleport, nor does he have flash.
Nor does he have health.
Yeah, exactly, so he has to go home. Yeah, it's the same question, same energy as Morgan. He's going to win this particular fight here. Bellows Breath was decent, but Morgan not going to get knocked up there as Dundun gets a bit of a headache and walks his way out.
It's cool that he got through the entire empowered W there with his Bellows Breath, but ultimately it still hurts, and he will still walk away.
Mid lane.
He's level 16. He always
4
has
seconds. Fury. Okay, here's the flash forward. They do get Henna's Featherstorm, but Fiesta could be in trouble. Effort gonna smash him back. There's the ram, but they're not going to be able to get it, and the Pop Blossom is huge. Karis is going to go golden. Now Jiwoo taking matters into his own hands. The autos from Henna come through, and they kill each other in the backline. Peter is going to be eaten alive, though, because look at Morgan's health bar. Umpty, Effort, and Morgan against the world here, as Fiesta is still up. He does have a little bit of extra damage. Karis, he can teleport in.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, this is getting real low. Here's the teleport as Effort going to get the Bramble Smash. Morgan just dancing around the fight. He's got Dominus back. And there goes Fiesta. There goes the damage. And that should be Infernal Soul. Is okay, Sylvie. He's going to dive in. There's the Pop Blossom. And there is the double. Was this the plan, Wolf? Was this what they meant to do? No, but did it work? Absolutely.
And they send Dundun back?
I mean, this is exactly how Bro was supposed to play this out, though, because now their main form of engage just does not exist. And so Jiwoo is throwing a bunch of Void Seekers into Umpty. Okay, Umpty does need to be a little bit careful. Nature's Grasp comes down. Teleports from both of these top laners, but Henna is going to be able to grab that first kill. He is kind of massive. Kick Flash comes through, but he goes golden. And he's going to be able to mitigate all of it. The Flash from Dundun as well. Henna is just popping off in this fight. Blade Caller doesn't do anything, but I have a feeling that that is enough here for Bro to be able to take this. Still, Fiesta is still up, and Jiwoo is as well. He's kind of limping out of this one. They do want to be able to take down the jungler to make this one happen. And, Killer Instinct still up here for Jiwoo, so if you had landed a Void Seeker, it could have been a real problem, but no. They lose the jungler. Now Nongshim could be in trouble.
Fiesta has to deal with the bot wave. He's going to back here, so they're going to be down Annie. She has TP, but there's not enough time here. Nongshim, they just cannot take this fight.
And it's another situation where Karis has teleport, and they don't have smite, right? So this is just going to be Elder going down. Morgan going to be able to get a big old stun, and that is the dragon coming down. They do manage to take out the tree, and nice work there from Jiwoo. What the heck is this, broken champion? Okay, Morgan is going to go down to his GA. Another Void Seeker going to connect, though, as Morgan is just pressing that Dominus to try and get himself out. If Bro get Exodia and then lose a series, nothing could be more Bro.
TP.
But look at this angle from Karis. He's diving in. There is the Magnet Storm as Peter's just trying to buy time. But man, these Void Seekers are starting to really hurt. Henna gets another one here as now Jiwoo. He is the target, and then pop goes the Blossom. And he's going to be taken down. And Bro, you know, they kept us on the edge of our seats, but I think they will be able to use their Infernal Drake, their Infernal Soul and Elder Drake to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw Kai'Sa doing Kai'Sa things, I was like, wait. Bro's the one who has Elder's buff and the Infernal Soul, right? But ultimately, his efforts are not enough.
Not quite. As Umpty's going to take a fair bit of damage here, but it does not matter. Bro will take game number 1 over Nongshim here. And honestly, there was some shenanigans, but all of the decision-making was great.
That was the really defining factor here. Even though Renekton didn't do anything flashy, I voted for Morgan because he had the most dominant performance here and basically just made this a 5v4 game. Now they're going to get the Nautilus into Zeri. And they're like, cool, so you didn't pick this one. We'll take that. Rel's going jungle. Nico's going mid. And in defense of the Lee Sin pick, because I know a lot of people are probably rolling their eyes because it didn't work out very well in the last game, and we talked about how it didn't fit the draft.
Okay, Savings Bank Breon, though, love the draft. The double supports instead of the triple jungle coming through this time. Let's jump onto the Rift for game 2.
So perfect. The change of the tri-code seemed like it was going to be a bit of a strange choice, but it absolutely worked out for them. And Aftershock Rel here, not surprising. And just looking across the list, scorching a little bit on the Nico. I think totally makes sense. We have the first strike again for Fiesta.
Buff towards the Lee Sin, who Morgan, I don't think is going to be able to do anything because Morgan is already proxying.
Yeah. Like, basically, Umpty is like, I'm going over here because I know you're going to beat this guy so badly that he just can't come help. The Renekton now just pushing top. And Umpty's still in the vicinity. Fiesta needs to respect this, does have a ward.
Oh, look at this. This is actually Umpty continuing to say, like, I am stronger than you. I'm just going to go fight him for the next scuttle.
Yeah.
And he's going to be able to do that. I think some information was given over, but It's Umpty just making sure that he's going to get the 3 buff.
Yeah, quite significantly. And be able to, okay.
Hook gonna go wide, as Headbutt Pole gonna connect onto Effort here, who's now just burning. Blade Caller doesn't really do too much here, as Jiwoo is just gonna flash after him, and Effort, no flash, no chance, no way out, as Peter flashes his emote after that first blood comes in. Another Headbutt Pole now as well, as maybe I take it all back. Maybe Alistair in lane is just incredible.
But the issues I have with Bro are that their greatest strength has been snowballing games, and they certainly have not this game in any real meaningful way. They haven't been able to play to their strengths, and you know, Effort tried to earlier. That ended up backfiring.
Umpty is greeting for a ward here just a little bit. Teleport is going to come down. There's the Magnet Storm from Umpty to try and get himself out of there, but he crashes down into the wall, and they are looking to give this kill to Jiwoo as well. Fiesta is going to collect it just to make sure that the Rel does not get away, and Umpty just caught being a little greedy there.
Yeah.
I think it maybe have just been a bit of a scuffle, as Fiesta is here. There is a bear, and that should just be a dead Jax. He's going to ult, and it's just going to be Dundun securing the kill. Does have to flash for it. Morgan holds onto his, knowing that he's going to be dead anyway, as the teleport is going to come towards that top side. Karis wanted to protect this outer turret. Sylvie splitting on the bottom side. That's an inner turret that he's heading towards.
And maybe he can force out the Nico when that engage comes through, like a second headbutt we were joking about, but unironically may be useful. Or like I was saying, watching the flanks, tracking Karis. Oh,
okay.
boy.
Jiwoo is going to get crashed into, and yeah, he's just dead.
It is so... I mean, we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, but it is crazy how often.
Yeah,
not a lot of it.
Sylvie is actually now looking to try and back up this Annie towards his top side, as Karis gonna have to flash to try and get himself out of the way of this one. Does Pop Blossom, but it's 100% avoided from everyone, as Morgan going to have his teleport interrupted as well. As Umpty's still Magnet Storming in here with absolutely no one around, because I think he just knew that he was dead, as Jiwoo's going to get himself yet another kill.
And it was weird, the sentence I was going to say was they're all grouped up here, but for what? Because there was nobody to actually engage on. They don't have the damage to start Baron if Nongshim are in the area, which they knew they were. It feels kind of unwinnable from here. Let's see how he did. That's very sneaky.
Spacing. There we go. Beautifully played.
I mean, he just extendo beamed it. Gotta have the wombo combos here, bro. So, like that type of attempt here from Effort, looking for something, fishing for anything. And Peter not gonna panic and ult or anything like that.
Well, Sylvie gonna get crashed into here. He may just explode. Yeah, the Magnet Storm going to come in, and Henna will grab that kill. That is the jungler now dead. Baron up in 1 minute, and nothing else on the map. So I guess you're not in too much trouble, as Dundun had ulted. Not necessarily split push ready just yet, although should be enough to deal with the Renekton, as there is the Tibbers onto Effort. Magnet Storm comes in. Pop Blossom's massive as well, as the kick comes down, but the Feather Storm is there. Still the kick is going to come in, but Henna is going to deal with Jiwoo, and now Dundun, he is the last boss. He is the raid boss and the danger for them to deal with, but Morgan is going to be there. They're slicing though, they're dicing, and he's just going to hack and slash them apart, and it's just deja vu from game number 1.
And you have to kill him twice now. So the GA, there's 2 GAs available for Nongshim now. And as it turns out, when you can revive after the wombo combo, it's kind of problematic for the other team.
I'm not even sure whether GA was the right choice. I'm going to have to hold that thought just for a moment, as Effort once again going to get bared, as in goes Sylvie. Featherstorm going to be used very early once again, as Dundun, he's just looking for it. Pop Blossom onto only the Renekton, so they are going to be able to kill him once. But like you say, they're going to have to do it again. Jiwoo has just skated his way out, gets into the backline and obliterates them. It's a triple kill for the Zeri. We'll certify this moment, even if we don't really want to. It's a quadra. Morgan trying to escape, and that's going to be the ace, as Fiesta picks up the 1. And we're going to a game number 3. Nongshim will just power forward and destroy this Nexus.
Yeah, not even close this game. Very one-sided, not able to do anything with the Jax early, opting into some poor team fights, and the Zeri, who got ahead early, is just absolutely going to stomp all over, bro. This one's going to 3. The race for playoffs, it just gets hotter and hotter. The heat is rising. And yes, Morgan did more damage than Dundun, but Dundun's impact was double what he did. I mean, he spent most of the game struggling to actually deal with the Renekton in a side, whereas the rest of the Wombo combos weren't big enough to actually win the game. And
if you have a very skirmish-heavy jungler, like a Kha'Zix, for example, the Ivern can really struggle, can have a really difficult time, and that is what Sylvie's going to lock in. The combination that especially Chovy and Peanut have really enjoyed, the Annie Kha'Zix. Certainly some options here for OK Savings Bank Bree on an odd draft. Let's jump onto the Rift for Game 3. Here in...
yeah,
using the word champions was wrong there, but you know what I mean. They've championed weird junglers.
Yeah, Canyon is also a champion, multi-time. But
he is, yeah. POG champion, world champion,
LCK
champion.
To Jace.
Yeah. All right, well, Peter is crashing down over the wall.
Yeah, good timing, actually, blocking the damage from that Void Seeker with the shield as well. Clean.
All right, he's passing a few of these tests that we have for the Ivern as, oh, maybe we're going to redo that, but that's a great headbutt as the Xayah taking a lot of damage, ticking. Karis going to do a flip, pick up a kill, and the headbutt gets Sylvie out of there, but it isolates Peter. Effort looking for a pole, and he doesn't find it. Still Peter taking extraordinarily low. Oh, the minions. Oh, another trigger seed, and Umpty just taking care of the forest and his friends as Morgan may die in the top lane. Dundun just hitting him with abilities. There's the flash out from the Q, and Dundun now has flash advantage. Morgan wants to utilize this added fury as we are panning down towards this brush, and in comes Sylvie. And Morgan realizes that with no flash, he has not a lot of hope. And there is the leap, and there is the kill. Sylvie gonna lock that one down.
CG curse! It's the CG curse. They cursed him. They were like, oh, check out this win streak. Instantly dies. Yeah. The fact that an early game Ivern makes that happen.
Oh, there's a Hex Splash headbutt pole as Jiwoo taking a fair bit of damage here. Henna chasing after him. Umpty going to come in, puts down some brushes as there's a teleport from Fiesta. He is here, and Jiwoo will survive for now, but no, Henna flashes after him. Gonna cleanse the stun as well, and he's gonna get out. Beautifully played here by the bro bottom lane, but Sylvie's making his way in. Effort, I think, may have just sacrificed himself for the good of the colony, but are they going to be able to take down the kill onto Henna as well? And the answer is absolutely yes. Sylvie going to get in there. Shock Blast going to be largely ignored here, as not a lot of impact.
It's a crazy start to this game. As the dust settles, okay, we're not done yet.
This is an isolated Ivern, as Fiesta's going to move up. Umpty is trying to get back towards Daisy, as Daisy is actually kind of doing some work here. Root Caller comes down. Can you actually win a fight? Oh my goodness, this is okay. Tibbers is going to just burn down the Ivern.
Better pet wins.
Yeah, I guess so. As Karis is going to be able to take a couple of plates here in this mid lane, so it is a sacrifice. Now they're going to move back. There is a dragon spawning in 3 minutes time, but it was a pretty late take. Okay, that's a flash Root Caller to come in. Daisy's going to get involved as to the skies goes Karis, and Sylvie is burning with the rep up, but he is going to survive. Maybe that's what happens if you get that little bit of extra money, as we've got, yeah, just a little bit of a battle of the pets, and Tibbers is going to win out on that one, as Ivern is going to throw down this Rift Herald into the mid lane. Karis is pretty low, as Shelly will grab that charge, so they will look for this second last plate, and they will get it.
I think in terms of how it plays out.
That Shock Blast is almost at the level that it needs to be. It's a level 11 Jace. And Morgan is here towards his top side. So Nongshim, can they secure this dragon? The teleport going to come in right on top of Daisy, as the Drake is going to be secure. But can they actually win the fight is the question, as Peter looking for the angle. But there's the Pulverize, and there's the Cull, the Meek. Oh, the Blade Call is fantastic, though, as Jiwoo is trying to get himself out of there as Dundun. Oh, he's the hero that Nongshim needed. But I don't know whether he necessarily needed to die. And things like that, nor can he get smites. But now the Rift Herald going to be planted towards the top side. Effort does need to be a little bit careful here. Does still have Headbutt available. Peter is going to look for a stun. Morgan going to slice his way out. And we've got a trade of turrets, but there is Shirley up here.
Yeah, this is actually going to be pretty favorable for Bro. That's a lot of extra money to pick up here, and I don't think Nongshim can stop this.
Nope, there's so many extra units in this lane.
I mean, they're going further. Like, Dundun, you got to get out of here, man.
Does have flash, so wasn't in too much danger, as Sylvie is going to be able to finally fully upgrade his pet more than a lot of others. I mean, they don't necessarily press their buttons better than a lot of our other teams, but they do understand how these comps work. And Effort is just going to get on in there. Of course, he's been a fantastic Alistar player in the past. Henna is also a fantastic R-button presser, as he is able to follow Sylvie over the wall and really beautifully. And remember, this was a R5 Kha'Zix pick to try and shut that down, because you can really play through it. We've seen Ivans not work for that reason, as Peter not going to find value in this sweeper, as the Renekton had just left the vicinity.
This Mountain Drake is live, by the way. No one seems to care about it, as we're doing some epic bush meta up here. They stayed up here for a really long time trying to set a trap because
Daisy split pushing?
Yeah. They thought they were super far behind, and they are.
There it is. The flash Tibbers is going to come down as Sylvie. I don't know whether you're going to be able to get in there. Oh, that redemption placement, just fantastic as Peter goes for the Magnet Storm, but to the skies, says Karis, and they obliterate Fiesta. Now Dundun trying to make his way in. Tibbers will be smoked, and Effort just takes matters into his own hands. Jiwoo, that's a decent flash, but Morgan flashes after him. He's slicing, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill onto the Xayah. Henna actually wastes his ult because of it. Sylvie collects himself another kill, but that is just onto the cow, and you're allowed to have your stake, but I don't think you're going to win this game. Main course.
And they were actually washing hands before Mom asked as well.
Oh, yeah, no. They would never need to be asked that. Nongshim has started the Baron. This is now Sylvie loses all of his health bar.
Yeah, it was a really cool idea, though, to bait them in for a flank engage from Peter, but this might be the amount of the push that Bro needs to actually start this Baron.
Sylvie is going to be spotted on Daisy. I was going to say a ward, but no. There's a Magnet Storm onto Umpty. He's going to flash. He has the trigger seed to try and keep himself alive, but Effort may not be as lucky. He's going to have to press his ultimate button, as now the redemption is going to come through. Effort looking to try and make this some sort of re-engage, but the rest of the team is kind of just distracted by a dragon, and so therefore the cow will die.
They made a call.
The Baron may die too.
Yeah, they made a call here, and how quickly can they get to this Baron here? Without the Alistar, it's going to be tough. They know the Magnet Storm is on cooldown here, but Bro, you have to be decisive. Coming in now, but it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, Umpty's going to have to try and get some sort of smite, but it's not going to happen. So Baron is now secured for Nongshim. Morgan just trying to close the gap, but he's unable to. It's Jiwoo just free hitting into this front line, and without the Alistar, you just can't really do anything with his composition. Umpty comes on over. He finds a root caller as Henna. He might be kept alive, but this is the team that just managed to get a Baron, chasing down the remnants of the Bros that made the wrong call.
They made the wrong call, and I feel like the choke is happening, Atlas. Look at
Soul Point available for both teams.
Love the vision check. They don't know, necessarily they do know now.
Fiesta standing on top of a ward. That is Soul Point going over to Nongshim, but now the fight is on. They get the knock up onto Dundun, who's now looking for the engage opportunity. Tip is going to go down incredibly low as Sylvie trying to find some relevance. Morgan just attacking Dundun as Jiwoo taking a fair bit of damage. Fiesta now on the flank angle, and all 5 members of Bro, they watch the dragon get taken by Nongshim, and then they leave.
This is such a pro game, Atlas. I mean,
oh, it is.
There's always that moment where they suddenly just overextend as Fiesta is unseen on the flank.
Permanently flanking. This guy is flanking at all times. He gets the flash. Bear Henna will go golden, and is now Umpty's just trying to keep everyone alive where he can. The redemption comes in, but the Kai'Sa is still dead, and I think they'll trade that for the Annie any day of the week, as there goes the Renekton as well. Effort trying to chase after this Cassante as Karis and Umpty are in, but they're going to get pulled back. Peter crashes down, and Umpty's running the wrong direction. Henna is mincemeat, and now Karis, I just don't think he's going to be able to get anything done. It's Jiwoo that's doing so much damage in these fights, and Nongshim, I think they have just done it.
I think they have. It's the tragedy of Bro. Do nothing until you are extremely decisive at the wrong moment at 33 minutes, walking straight into the Baron with no vision of the Annie, and that is probably going to be enough here. Nongshim pushing through, Dundun tanking the turrets here, Karis in no man's land, and I think this is the end.
Yeah, and Karis is probably going to kill Peter here. Peter's going to buy some time, but the Nexus is going to go down. Henna looks for one last kill, but that is going to be that, and Nongshim will upset Bro, the team that had one of the highest percentages for getting towards playoffs. They will find the victory. Look at how happy Dundun is as well in the end there.
I think Dundun's had some ups and downs here in round 2, but trending upward a little bit when it matters most is we always talk about this, the wins you get at the beginning of the season sometimes make you feel safe, make you feel like you're going to be, oh, I'm definitely more likely to go to playoffs. I have more wins, I've had better form. But
thank you guys, this is Dear for the POG interview translation. We are here joined by Dindin and Fiesta on the side of Nongshim Red Force, who just came out on top in a close series. Now you guys have joined the 5-win club. How do you feel, Dindin? Since this morning, to be honest, I woke up frequently and I got a nosebleed, and I was really worried about my condition today, but I'm really glad that we got the win. And Fiesta? Today was such an important match, and since my teammates played so well, I think I would like to contribute the win to my teammates. Just really glad, and I'm happy that we are a step closer to the playoffs. In Game 1, you picked Ornn, and it was a regretful loss, but what kind of feedback was there before Game 2, Dindin? There wasn't any specific feedback, but we went over what we did right. I think that's what we talked about. In Game 2, you guys quickly took Renekton, and you played against Jax. And this summer, the Renekton and Jax head-to-head record is 12-10. So, what's your thoughts on the matchup? So, given that it's even, Renekton does get prio later. And so we saw Renekton in all 3 games today, and everyone just blind picked Renekton. So why is that? I feel like Renekton is one of the few champions that I play that I have over 50% win rate with, but Renekton as a champion is also a really good pick. And in Game 2, the POG votes were split even between you two. And that's just how well you performed, Fiesta, in Game 2 as well. So how good is the mid-top synergy currently? So we're going into our 4th year playing together. We should probably know each other pretty well by now on, but I feel like it's not really at 100%. There's more stuff to actually try to match with each other. So and you, how do you feel about it, Fiesta? I thought we were really good for each other, but given that that's how Dindin's answer was, maybe I'll just agree with his opinion. I'm a little sad to hear that though. Dindin, any message for Fiesta? My excuse is in-game wise. We do have good synergy, but you know, living with each other for so long, I'm a little tired of seeing his face. And Fiesta, yeah, I agree with that part. I agree, Dindin. Only real close friends can say something like that. And OK Savings Bank, Brian had played Kaisa and Jace Poke Comp, so how did you manage to deal with that? And since I was pretty confident with my Annie plays today, and my coaching staff also told me that I'm pretty good at it, we mentioned maybe Peter, you have to engage really well. And we're able to follow up and play through with whatever we had in plan. So Fiesta played Annie in all 3 games, so we're wondering if you had prepared Annie ahead of time. And we were wondering how you ended up utilizing Lee Sin in Game 1 and 2. Lee Sin and Annie comp has really good synergy, so we used to play them a lot in scrims. And Sylvie was pretty confident playing Lee Sin, and I feel like it went pretty well today. So in terms of the play, Annie was always hiding in unexpected places and then surprising the enemy. So I'm wondering, what was the plan to position? So in the last few games and matches, I would position myself as best as I can, but I had experiences just getting caught out pretty often, so I tried my best to hide well and not get caught.
네, 그리고 든든 선수 3세트 때는
And Dindin in game 3, after you caught out Alistair, there was a moment where you guys were super decisive in front of the Baron fight. This is the replay. And so after the Baron, what was the shot call here? After Baron, we were trying to say, hey, maybe we can just back out, but Jiu wanted to do some damage outburst. And I think we ended up saying, wow, Jiu, you're so good. Just go. Keep going. Let's go.
네, 이 장면 이후에도 이제 감고진 분들이 지우 야를 외치는
So even after this scene we saw in the coach's booth, they were just shouting Jiu's name. So what were you guys talking about? Dindin says, I was also shouting Jiu's name in Fiesta. Peter was screaming the entire time, so I was just trying to calm Peter down. I just kept telling him, please calm down, Peter. I was trying to, it was almost like calming down a baby.
진정을 시키니까 또 좋은 모습이 나온 것 같습니다. 그런데 지우 선수에 대한 팀적인 신뢰가 엄청난 것 같거든요.
And it seems like the team has so much faith in Jiu. What are your thoughts, Dindin? Jiu's weakness is probably his laning phase. But after the laning phase, I feel like he's just such a dominant player. I feel like the rest of the team also believes the same way, so I feel that's why we have so much faith in Jiu. And Fiesta? Would you like to say anything to Jiu? Jiu, let's play out your laning phase a little better. And I know that you're a great player, so let's do this together. Fighting. And now you have D plus Kia and KT ahead of you. It won't be an easy match. But so what is your resolution for the playoffs? So the remaining matches we're up against very strong teams, so we'll definitely have to prepare well for those. I feel like we're doing really well as a team currently, so we'll keep it up and do well. Thank you. And Fiesta? I feel like whenever we scrim against stronger teams, we go pretty even. We don't actually fall back. So we'll make sure to enter next week thinking that we are able to beat D plus Kia and KT. And lastly, Dindin's dad is in the audience. If you'd like to say anything to your dad, Dindin. He's been coming every time since spring. And I'm really grateful that he's always here to support me. I love you.
네, 피에스타 선수는 오늘 농심 레드포스를 응원하기 위해 많은 팬들이
And Fiesta,
와주셨는데 팬분들께 한 말씀
would you like to say anything to the fans?
사실 저희가 1라운드 때는 딱 1승이었는데 그래도
We had only gotten one win in round 1, but since we were able to get a little bit more confidence and be able to get to this point due to all your support and do well. So I hope that you guys continue to support us and we'll make sure to pay it back. Thank you. And this will be the end of the interview with Dindin and Fiesta, and back to the space.